Are you thinking about homeschooling? Maybe you have some questions you're asking yourself, like, does it have to be accredited? What about special needs? What about testing? Is it all religious based? As a homeschooling mom of 6 myself and a happy ambassador for the Robinson curriculum, I thought I'd answer some of the most frequently asked questions with some answers that you probably might not hear in every other Homeschooling 101 video. So grab a cup of coffee, tea, infused lemon water, whatever, and come and join me as we talk about it. Hi, my name is Karen. Yes, Karen. Thank you, Internet, for ruining my name. If you feel sorry for me for now having to live out the rest of my existence known as a ma'am with a bad haircut that wants to speak to a manager, please smash that like button. Moving on, now I want to give credit to where credit is due for this video idea and the questions. There's a channel on YouTube called Keep Your Daydream, and they have a video called Homeschooling for Beginners Top 10 Questions. I thought they were really great questions, and actually I haven't answered these types of questions on my channel before. And with that video having already over 70,000 views, why not jump on the algorithm coattails? So here's a rundown of the questions. How much does it cost? How to balance work and school? Is it legal? Does it have to be accredited? How will my kids perform? What about special needs? What are the benefits? Is it all religious based? How does testing work? And last but not least, sports, drama, and music. How do you go about all that with homeschooling? Now, before I jump in and answer these questions, I'm actually curious about something. So this is kind of research purposes. If you could please comment below, what is your biggest roadblock when it comes to homeschooling? So if you're a seasoned homeschooler, is there anything that is still a pain point for you? Or if you're thinking about homeschooling, what is the biggest obstacle? What is keeping you back? Please comment below. I'm really curious. All right, number one, how much does homeschooling cost? Well, technically homeschooling is free. I mean, you just submit the paperwork, the affidavit, and you could find everything you wanted on the internet for free or from libraries. There's so many free curriculums out there and free resources, library books that you could check out. Really, if you wanted to, you could homeschool for free. But here's the thing. All homeschoolers who purchase something are paying for convenience. It's a convenience fee. Now, typically, the more you pay, the more convenient something is. If you want a boxed curriculum all in one, it's all done for you. All you have to do is just hand out worksheets or check things off a box, and you don't have to do anything the rest of the year. Typically, those cost a lot more versus other ones that you might have to do a little bit more work, but they're much more affordable. So it's up to you. Do you have more time or do you have more money? Now, like I mentioned, we use the Robinson curriculum, and that is $195 K through 12 for the whole family. It's a one-time fee. However, you still have to purchase your Saxon math books, and there is some time associated with it to print out. Everything is there. You just have to print it out. Print out the flashcards, print out the books, print out the worksheets. They also have another package, which again, it's do you have more time or do you have more money? Where you could buy the lifetime bundle that is about $2,000, but that one comes with all the Saxon math books, so you don't have to track them down. All the vocabulary, math, phonics, the vocabulary cards, which are thousands. It comes with the vocabulary exercise sheets. You still have to print out the books or, find them, source them, put them on a Kindle, whatever you want to do, but it obviously is a lot more convenient. So again, it just depends. Do you have more time or do you have more money? What kind of approach do you want to go with? Technically, homeschooling is free, but you're paying for the convenience. See, with the Robinson curriculum, it's still very affordable, and what you're paying is for the information. I think the course of study that teaches you how to teach your kids these great study habits is worth the price of the curriculum alone. But also the selection of the book list and having all the books there ready for you, you're paying for that convenience. Now, number two is how do you balance work and school? So a lot of parents right now are working from home and they're wondering, how am I going to make this work? Well, actually, the Robinson curriculum is perfect for the situation because it was created by a widower. Dr. Robinson was a scientist who worked from home, and he was left with 6 children to homeschool. He didn't want to send them to public school, so he came up with this curriculum. So obviously it's very friendly to working parents, whatever the situation, because this curriculum is a self-taught methodology. As long as they know how to read, write, they can do this curriculum all on their own. You're not supposed to help them with their math. The most that you do is correct the essays. You provide them feedback, give it back to them so they can fix their errors, and that's really it as far as parent involvement once they know how to read and write. Number 3 is homeschooling legal. Yes, homeschooling is legal in all 50 states. Now, I do highly recommend, though, that you go to the HSDLA website and click on your state to see your particular rules or regulations. For some states like Arizona here, you don't have to do anything except just submit an affidavit that you're homeschooling. You don't have to do any testing or submit anything else. Versus other states, you might have to be in a charter, umbrella school, or you might have to do testing, or you have to submit some kind of transcript showing what you're doing for these particular required subjects. Each state is different, so that's the first place you should check out. Number 4, does it have to be accredited? Now, this is a question that I've been getting a lot recently. People asking me, is the Robinson curriculum accredited? So I'm here to tell you, no, it's not. But like Dr. Robinson says, they're here to give you a great education. However, no paperwork to fill your bureaucratic filing cabinet. However, like I said, it's legal in all 50 states. You can create your own transcripts. You can issue your own diplomas if you're worried about colleges. As long as you look ahead of time at what colleges are asking for, you can tailor your high school curriculum and transcripts to fulfill those requirements. There's certainly ways around this, and actually colleges, universities, they really love accepting homeschoolers, so you shouldn't worry about that. I think very few curriculums actually are, but guess what? If you're going to go down that route, you're going to have to keep more records, making sure you're up to date with your grading, all the record keeping. So just keep that in mind. Number 5, how will my kids perform? Now, according to the most up-to-date statistics from the National Home Education Research Institute, homeschooled children's scores of social, emotional, and psychological well-being are above average. Seriously, the Robinson curriculum does help children develop amazing study habits because it's 2 hours of math, an hour of writing and vocabulary, and 2 hours of reading. And they know no matter what, they're going to get up and they're going to do their work. They're going to do 2 hours of math. It's great discipline. They're very self-motivated. Again, it's a self-teaching method. And if you look at the results of how the Robinson kids did and other parents who have already graduated kids out of the program, it's phenomenal result. Number 6 is, what about special needs? Now, I'm glad you asked because I do have a little bit of experience in this area with several different types of help, and they are all available to you. As a tax-paying citizen, you could take advantage still of the public school resources. This doesn't mean you have to send your child to public school. You can homeschool them, but they're still legally obligated to provide you with speech therapy or any other kind of therapy. Now, it is a lot of red tape to go through, a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of testing and things like that. But if you really wanted help for free, you could go that route. Now, another option is just going the private route. We've done that as well. And a lot of places do take insurance, so that can be really helpful as well. But you can do speech therapy even online, or you can go to places. There's all kinds of therapies available out there. There's even something here in Arizona called ESA, the Empowerment Scholarship, where you can homeschool however you'd like, and the state just gives you this scholarship that you can use to pay for any kind of special needs services. All you need is an IEP from public school after going through the process with the psychologist and getting tested and all of that. If you have that IEP, you can withdraw from the online public school or public school and apply for the scholarship, and then you get the funds to homeschool however you'd like and pay for services. So there are options. And some of the benefits of homeschooling is that you really get to work one-on-one with the child. You are the best equipped person to help them because you love them. You want what's best for them and help them just improve every day. Number 7 is what are the benefits? And wow, that could really be a video all in and of itself right there. Here's a little list I've made. You get to take off whenever you want. You can plan vacations on off-peak times when it's more affordable, when there's less crowds. You get to watch your children grow up. That's the best part. You get to win their hearts. You have that time for them to dabble in whatever they're interested in their passions or interests. They could start a business. They can learn different skills. You don't have to worry about a lot of the problems that comes along with a setting where you're not there watching them for 8 hours a day, such as, bullying or peer pressure, pornography, drugs, all those kinds of things. Plus also no crazy political agendas being pushed on them. And it's actually true socialization that is dealing outside of the classroom, interacting with civilization as we know it. And of course, I don't even have to tell you, with everything that's going on right now with the C word, how there are so many benefits to homeschooling right now. Number 8, is it all religious based? And no, it's not. There's lots of curriculums out there that are secular, that have nothing to do with religion. Now, the Robinson curriculum, it's interesting because it's just books and math and writing every day. So it's not like it has a Bible curriculum built into it, but obviously some of the books on the reading list just have very overtly Christian tones. They're wonderful. They have great morals. I love them. And some families, even who are not Christians, really enjoy this curriculum. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, number 9 is how does testing work? Now, again, each state is different, and some states require testing, some do not. If you're doing a virtual online public school like K-12, they're going to require you to do some testing on certain dates, so you have to be in town for those. But as far as doing something maybe like the Robinson curriculum, you really don't have any pressures about tests. It's really just up to you. If you want to do the tests that come with the Saxon math books, or if you want to give them a test after they finished reading a book. I don't subscribe to that approach. I go about it a different way, but you certainly can if you wanted to test along the way. Number 10 is what about sports, music, and drama? And really, there is no shortage of resources for these as well, unless you live maybe in like a really small town and it's just not out there yet. But I'm sure there's going to be a growing demand for it. But I know here we have homeschooling orchestra and homeschooling sports, homeschooling theater groups, anything you can imagine, there's a homeschool group for it. So that wraps up our 10 beginner questions. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and the cheesy mom jokes. If you'd like to get my free Robinson curriculum course and a preview and discount for my course for littles, make sure you click down below for those resources. See you next time. Bye.